Once in a deep forest, where old trees rustled and a veil of mysterious haze floated, there lived evil werewolves, half wolves, half humans, with an insatiable appetite for blood and meat. They hid from the eyes of people, looking for their next victim among the insensitive companions, remaining elusive and inexplicable. But one day there were those who decided to go to a duel with them and reveal the secrets of their origin. Several desperate adventurers went into the depths of the forest in search of answers to the mysterious and terrible events associated with the werewolves. They followed the rumors, collected myths and legends, but no one dared to go close to the place where, according to legend, these animals lived. Only an old sage living in the heart of the forest agreed to share his knowledge. He told them about the secret brotherhood of werewolves, which had been kept in deep secrecy for centuries, about their spells and rituals, which had caused the curse that had befallen their family many generations ago. They were cursed and doomed to wander between worlds in search of atonement for their sins before they could find peace. Stories about a man who was able to penetrate the heart of the werewolves and learn their secrets spread rapidly through the forest, causing panic among the inhabitants of the area. Many were alarmed by this new knowledge and began to fear that angry werewolves might take revenge for violating their peaceful sanctuary. But some had other thoughts. As the news of the secret brotherhood of werewolves spread, people began to form different opinions about their essence. Some believed that werewolves were dangerous and sinister creatures that should be destroyed before they caused harm. Others saw them as beings who deserved compassion and help. The group of researchers eventually arrived at the very depths of the forest, where, according to legends, the Brotherhood of Werewolves was located. They discovered secret paths and hidden dens where these mysterious creatures lived. The encounters with them turned out to be unexpected. They discovered that the werewolves turned out to be intelligent and sensitive creatures, mercilessly cursed by fate. They watched people from afar, secretly avoiding contact, their eyes shining with sadness and despair. The meeting with the werewolves turned out to be a turning point for the group of researchers, and a lively discussion began on how to help these creatures, deprived of hope for healing. But suddenly something unexpected happened. One of the researchers disappeared into the forest without a trace. That others were left in shock and began to realize that the secrets of these places are much more than they had imagined, and that the decision to meet with the werewolves could have unforeseen consequences. The disappearance of the researcher only exacerbated the tension and fear among those who remained. People began to lose hope that they would ever find their accomplice. Their determination to continue their research began to weaken, but at this time, the old sage who had provided them with the initial information about the werewolves appeared before them again. He gave new hope and encouraged the group to go through the tests and dangers to find out the truth. He led them to a mysterious temple hidden in the depths of the forest, where, according to him, the keys to solving the mystery of the werewolves may be hidden. In the temple, the researchers encountered a series of trials and mysteries that seemed to be connected to the past and future of the werewolves. Passing each test became more dangerous and unpredictable. In this temple, they found something that had a profound effect on each of them, and changed their understanding of werewolves. They learned that the curse that the werewolves lived by had its roots in a story known only to themselves. Their journey of exploration began to reveal secrets, how they are connected to the curse of the werewolves and what it may mean for the future of all who are here. As they got closer to solving the mystery of the werewolves, a group of researchers discovered that the temple itself kept ancient records related to long-forgotten knowledge. They found manuscripts telling about rituals and spells that could lift the curse from werewolves. However, to do this, It was necessary to go through a series of dangerous trials that were to be encountered. In the second part of the temple, the tension between the band members increased when everyone perceived the upcoming trials. In their own way, some saw them as the only way to help the werewolves. Others considered them too dangerous and risky. What they found in the temple so shocked them morally that it affected their relationship to each other. Suddenly, as they were preparing for the next test, a scream rang out in the temple. They turned around and saw that one of the band members had disappeared. They all realized that the temple has a mind of its own, and it is possible that their challenges have caused a response not only in the secret mechanisms of the temple. As they began to explore the ancient records and conduct their own investigations, it became clear to them that their adventure was much more difficult and dangerous than they had imagined. They realized that they were faced with forces that exceed the understanding of ordinary people, and interference in which can have unpredictable consequences. As they tried to unravel the mysteries of the temple and the ancient records, the tension and fear in the group only increased. They began to suspect that the temple might have its own secrets and goals that contradict their own. The disappearance of one of the members of the research group seemed to be just the beginning of catastrophic events that none of them could have foreseen. In the temple, they found the last entry, which described that the only way to remove the curse from werewolves is to go through trials hidden in the depths of the forest, which will be able to show the true intentions and purity of the hearts of everyone who tries to help these creatures. But the conditions of these tests were described very darkly and dangerously. They had to make a decision to pass the tests and try to lift the curse, or retreat and return. Their morals and faith were put to the test, and the dilemma was tearing their souls apart. At that time, they found traces that showed that the disappearance of one of the band members was connected with those who live in the forest, and their suspicions began to grow. They began to realize that the temple, the trials, the werewolves, the disappearance were all part of one confusing and dark picture, and understanding all of this became a matter of their own survival. They had to make a decision and act quickly if they wanted to solve all these mysteries and survive. In this deadly situation, the group of researchers found themselves at a dead end. They faced a difficult choice: to risk their lives and try to solve the mystery of the temple, or to retreat and go back. Their morals were torn apart. They understood that their every action could have unpredictable consequences. At the very moment when they began to lean towards one of the solutions, they discovered footprints leading towards a mysterious thicket of the forest, where they had not yet been. Deciding that this might be a clue, they followed these tracks. After passing through the dense wood, they came across an abandoned altar covered with a thick layer of foliage and cobwebs. Everything seemed gloomy and lifeless. But suddenly, figures dressed in rags resembling werewolves came out of the darkness. They turned out to be followers of an ancient cult, worshipping the forces of nature and werewolves. These followers possessed amazing knowledge about the secrets of the forest, which could change the outcome of the battle between good and evil. A group of researchers realized that they were witnessing a struggle for the souls of werewolves and something much bigger than they themselves could have imagined. Very concerned, they decided to turn to these followers to unravel the secrets of the forest and shed light on the mysteries that have shrouded the local lands for centuries. As the group of researchers continued to explore the dark secrets of the temple and the cult's followers, they were unable to find definitive answers. Ancient records and mysterious happenings in the forest turned out to be related to ancient forces that they could not fully understand. Despite their best efforts, they were unable to uncover all the secrets and reach the end of the path. They realized that the solution to this story would forever remain a mystery. The the group of researchers left the forest, taking with them only vague sensations and a terrifying hunch that the forces they encountered exceeded their understanding and control. The secrets of the forest and the werewolves remained unsolved, and perhaps they will remain eternal mysteries. But a group of researchers left behind a legend about their adventure and that there are places in this world where it is better not to meddle and leave them alone. And yet they hope that someone else will one day be able to uncover the secrets of the werewolves and the ancient temple. Thus, their adventure ended without the final resolution of their mysterious story, leaving behind a lot of unanswered questions and unsolved mysteries. And yet, their experience has become a warning for those who dare to start their own exploration in the depths of the dark forest.